My name is Austin Stanfeld with Creative Recreational Systems, and today I'm going to be talking about the frequently asked questions that we have on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis for purchasing and installing, completing a commercial playground equipment project. Number one is, do you offer installation? And yes, we do. We've got a vast installation network throughout the country. They are extremely experienced. Most of our superintendents have between 15 to 25 years of experience. Some have even more than that. And so most of the time we have installers and installation teams that are as close to the site as possible, but definitely multiple installation teams in most every major state. How many years have you been in business, and how do we know that you're a respectable company? And the answer to that is more than 46 years. One of the longest lasting distributors and manufacturers in the industry. And we have a lot of resources, a lot of references, a lot of credentials that we can provide to you. So make sure that you ask your customer service representative for those, and we can provide references depending on your area, industry, what type of customer you have. So if you're a school district, or if you're a church or private public organization, we have different references depending on that, because most of the time you're going to want to have references with a business or entity that is like in kind. And so we understand that and respect that and have a database to support our credentials. Do you offer custom design services? And the answer is yes, we do. So we can create a playground with the colors that you'd like, with additional pieces onto the playground, components, play value added, expanding that playground. Normally what potential customers and existing customers choose to do is find a structure on our website, in our listings that they like, and then build out from there, have some sort of foundation and framework to work with, and then expand that, contract it, figure out what's going to work within that budget with all the other costs involved. Do you offer financing? Do you offer a payment plan that will allow you to get your play structure now and pay for it throughout time? And the answer to that is yes. We do have many different payment plans and financing available, so make sure you communicate with your customer service representative to discuss that, what it is you're looking for. You can talk to them about the play structure installation, whether you need to look at something like a community build, or if you want a turnkey solution. And so that's a great option if you want to get your play structure now. How long will it take to receive my order? The answer to that is it depends on what series you're purchasing from. The best way to really get your timing right and make sure that you have your play structure when you expect that is to discuss that with your playground consultant, your customer service representative, and say, okay, well, I need my play structure in 2 weeks. Yes, we have an answer for that. We've got 2 different series that come from one of 3 different warehouses throughout the country that can ship in as little as 2 weeks and deliver in as little as 2 to 3 weeks. So make sure you communicate that to your customer service representative and discuss the sense of urgency with them if you need your play structure sooner than the custom playground manufactured industry standard, which is about 6 to 8 weeks. That includes transit time, and so that is normally if you have a structure that needs to be a custom color, or you need to have a custom design that we don't have in stock, because it is very expensive to stock structures and keep a certain amount of inventory in one of our warehouses. We don't have every different model in one of the warehouses ready to ship at all times. And so if you are on a short timeline and you can't wait for 8 weeks, make sure you discuss that with your customer service representative, and they'll talk about different options with you, because we have a full range of different options depending on what you're trying to achieve. I'm looking for something on your website and catalog but cannot find it. Is there something else that I can find in another place that looks similar to this? And the answer to that is yes. Just get in touch with one of your play consultants and make sure that you communicate to them what it is that you're looking for, and we can go through our additional resources to try to find something that has similar play value or create something that's custom. Are your playgrounds safe? And the answer to that is yes. Most of the factories that we work with that create most of our custom lines of play structures go through extensive testing. There's different testing organizations out there. There's ISO, ASTM, there's guidelines with the Consumer Product Safety Commission, IPMA certification, and so make sure that whatever it is that you're trying to achieve or whatever requirements that you have from insurance accreditation or whoever is requiring this, that you discuss that with your playground consultant, your customer service representative, and they can make sure that whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, that you get the test documents, that you get the right certification for the line of play structures that you're choosing from. Do you need playground safety surfacing for underneath the playground? And the answer to that is yes. And so that's something that we can provide and install, or you can provide and install yourself. It really depends on your budget and what you're trying to achieve. There are many different types of safety surfacing, generally in 5 categories, and I have another video that describes those in details, and so be sure to check that out. But the answer is yes. To maintain safety and compliance, you want to make sure that you have safety surfacing that has also testing that's been done. Get the test reports, get the insurance that shows that it has coverage. Can you send someone to our site to do an inspection, to meet with us in person? And the answer to that is yes, we can. However, there is a shared cost for that, which will end up being free because we'll credit that back to you when the project moves forward. Do you offer a warranty with your products? And the answer to that is yes. We have different warranties for different materials, different play structures, and different lines. And so it's best to discuss that with your customer service representative and get usually a 1-page or 2-page sheet that gives you a breakdown of all the different warranty pieces. For example, plastics normally have a 15 to 20-year warranty. You have steel and aluminum posts that can have up to a 100-year warranty, lifetime warranties, moving parts that have different warranty periods. And so it's best to get that sheet to have a specific reference to the materials that you're purchasing for the warranty of your product, because there are many different levels of warranties and they have different protections. Okay, so what is an accessible playground? This is usually a playground that is either ADA accessible or ADA compliant. They're 2 different things. An accessible playground can be a play structure with a ramp for children in a wheelchair, but there are also many different disabilities, and so a fully accessible and compliant play structure takes into account not only the access to the play structure and throughout the play structure, but different components that are designed to achieve different goals in relation to the different abilities of children, and make sure that you really have an inclusive play environment that allows children of all abilities to come together and be able to play with each other and grow exponentially. That's everything in a nutshell when it comes to accessibility, but there are a lot more levels of detail that will have to be discussed in another video, and you can make sure that you discuss that also with your playground consultant, your customer service representative, and they can also give you more information on what accessibility is and how that's important. How do I choose the playground that's right for me or my organization? And there's a more complex answer to this, but the summary is you want to really start with a budget. How much do you have to work with? If you're doing fundraising, how much do you expect, or what is your goal to fundraise to get the structure that you want? And also figure out whether you want to have this installed turnkey or whether you have some resources available, some volunteers to help with the installation, because that will also help with the overall spectrum of, are you going to have us install that for you, or are you going to have this set up as a community build and put more money into the play structure, the safety surfacing, other costs, and really understand what all the costs are. Because if you have, say, for an example, a $50,000 budget, you want to make sure that you're targeting materials lower than $20,000, because if you're having us or someone else do the installation and safety surfacing, you have to include all the rest of the costs involved. There's sales tax, there's other things involved, and so make sure you discuss every component of the proposal with your playground consultant, your customer service representative, and they can break that down for you so that you're targeting a budget and you're picking structures or working with a design that's going to fit into that max budget. And so with that budget, we work down from that and work backwards and make sure that we can fit everything in there. The safety surfacing, installation, if you'd like that, that everything is going to add up so it doesn't exceed that budget and we're not overshooting that and fitting something into a jar that is going to explode. Also keep in mind that we offer financing, and so that's an option if you want to pay for your project in phases or throughout time. That is available, and it is very popular because it allows you to get what you want faster and put your play structure into production. And depending on how long the lead time takes, you can get that play structure started without having to wait. If you're doing fundraising or if you have different donors that are putting money into the project, you don't necessarily have to wait until you have all the money available to pay for the entire project, because it can take 1, 2, 3 months depending on what series that you're going with. If it's more of a custom design, if it's more of a theme structure, you know, that can take a little bit longer. But you don't want to limit yourself if you've got the ability to run your expenses through financing, because that can actually help buy the structure that you want now without breaking it up into phases, or to limit the project to an amount where it may not be the play structure that you are able to get if you did financing, if it doesn't serve as many occupants. So what is a community build? And this is normally something that will save you money off the total cost of a project, between 30 to 40%. Depends on the cost that we provide to you for the installation. So you can have it both ways. You can see what it would cost to have your volunteers put this together, or have us install the play structure, turnkey, simple solution. There is another alternative, which is a supervised install, and that's where we send out one of our superintendents. Normally that has between 10 to 20 years of experience. They will be there on a daily basis. If you want them there for 1 day, it's one single fee. If you want them for 2 days, they can also do that, but it would just be charged on a daily basis, normally 7 to 8 hours. And so they would be working with your volunteers that you would arrange, the community, to bring them together to build that structure and save costs. But this also can be a team building exercise, something to, if you're a private organization, bring the community together, people that want to have that sweat equity put into a play structure that's going to last for the next 15 to 25 years and really be a pillar in the community. And that's something that normally is worth more than just the savings. All right, so hopefully this video has helped you with a lot of questions that may come up in the process of purchasing commercial playground equipment. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to get in contact with us, and thanks for watching.